Alrighty, I wanted to do a little video on a new locomotive I've got. It's not new to me, you know. It's another 442 in Santa Fe, and this one has the old whistle tender and pickup there. The other one I got has a very similar tender, but it's had a cord that plugged into the back of the cab there. This one does not like that, so I guess this was a little earlier. I really don't know. And got this one off eBay, and the guy had it listed, and it said that there was one problem with it. The problem was, he said it only went in forward direction. Well, this one has the two switches, one for smoke and one for the reverse lockout. And I guess he didn't know that there's a reverse lockout, and so I just flipped it, and it goes forward, reverse, and everything else. But problem I'm having with it, or not really with it, I mean, it's a problem. It's better than it was. Every time it got over one of the raw switches here, this one, especially this one, it would stall. And so I went in here and went through the process of elimination again, of taking the rods off and making sure nothing was rubbing or hitting here, and did the same thing to the other side. That seemed to help some, but it had a little bump and a little hitch to it. Another thing I did was loosen the boiler screw here, and there's two screws up under here on each side that hold the front truck on. Back those off, and then take it and push down on it and get it square on the rails, and then tighten the screws back up while it's sitting here. That really seemed to help more, because it acts like it's got a I don't know if you can see when I turn this, that black gear there, it's kind of off center. Doesn't bind up or nothing, but I think this rear pickup roller doesn't always pick up contact right, and I've cleaned it. I went through here and oiled everything that I could oil, cleaned the contacts, cleaned the wheels, oiled the front and rear trucks, all that stuff, and it doesn't run too bad. I mean, I picked up this in the tender for 50 bucks. Put that on there, and anyway, it'll runs pretty well. See what it does over this switch here now that I'm sitting here talking about it. Well, it'd help to have the tender on the track, wouldn't it? Those things only happen when you're videoing, you know. But let me try that again. Anyway, forward, neutral, reverse works fine. That went there fine that time. And go back. I mean, it's smoothed out, gotten better. You know, I think some of it just needs to be ran. It didn't really look like it's that old. And now it's going through there without a problem. And it's got smoke, and the smoke unit works real well. And I did run it on DC, but I noticed, like with the other one, and I've got like this, if you run it on DC, the tender tends to just stay on with a whistle all the time. In other words, it's like the whistle's constantly getting current on DC, and it just kind of, you can hear it hum in a low tone, like it's trying to whistle, but because it's a different kind of voltage, I guess, it doesn't work. It won't work with DC. It's a shame too, because it runs so much smoother when they're on DC. If I just want to run it straight on DC, I can just switch tenders, but you know, everything seems to be to do this. But anyway, it got a pretty good long. I got about what, 6, 7 cars on here. pulls it without a problem. Let's see if I can get it to do what I was talking about with the DC. I'll turn this to AC off and put the DC on here. Let's see what we can do here. If you can hear that. So that's what the DC controller will do by turning it up and down. Kind of funny. I don't understand exactly how those old whistles work anyway. I know there's something that it trips to when it gets an extra little bit of juice to make the old whistle tenders work. I'm sure there's somebody out there that knows why. This is on DC and it runs really well. You can get a little bit better smooth control with them, but you don't get to play with the whistle. And the smoke unit will start smoking, it just takes longer because it's like it doesn't have as much heat going to the element, you know, to the smoke unit itself. But anyway, I love the lettering on that tender. And I'm not sure exactly when this one was made. I'm assuming that it was in the 90s probably. It's before Lion Chief. And I want to see, let's see what the tender says. See if it says where it was made. Well, that says made in China, so later than wasn't made here. So it was after everything transitioned to over there. But anyway, it's a neat little engine. Another thing problem it had too is this front truck, that silver looking bracket that holds the truck on. You see how it's kind of angled down a little bit. It was even more severe, so I straightened that up and that seemed to help it run a little better. I don't know whether it got dropped or just they was in a hurry to put it together. It runs pretty good. It doesn't run as good as that one. I got that one here recently too, and I'll be showing you all that one probably in the next video. But anyway, I like these little steam engines. Can't get away from the old conventional stuff. I like the Lion Chief and the Lion Chief Plus, and sometimes I just like the old-fashioned, you know, regular old Lionel post-war type stuff, and it's more like this what it is. Anyway, that's all for now.